Anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Happy New Year 2025. It has to be better than the last 4 years because we've been through hell in this country for the last 4 years. And Joe Biden or his puppet masters are trying to make it even worse for us. All right, their last minute little presidential orders that they're having him do.
Oh yeah, the awards for being like the best American there ever was,
Oh,
which he gave to George Soros.
George Soros, an enemy of not only the United States but of the civilized world, has been given the American Medal of Freedom, the highest honor you could give an American, you can give a citizen. And
Right.
this motherfucker Biden has now denigrated that thing to being worthless.
Hillary Clinton.
And then he gives it to Hillary fucking Clinton. I saw one caption saying that the guy who abandoned our soldiers, our people in in Afghanistan, gives the Medal of Freedom to the bitch. They didn't say bitch. I say bitch because she's a bitch, and that gives bitches a bad name. And I apologize to other bitches who abandoned our people in Benghazi.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, there was actually quite a few others that got stuff. She wasn't the only one. I forget who else. There was another Twatzel that got one. But
another what?
Twatzel.
Oh, yeah, there were a few. I heard that. I don't know if it's true. Did Michael J. Fox get one?
I don't know. I do know that Denzel Washington actually got one.
Okay, so Denzel and if he got it, Michael J. Fox were the only two who probably
deserved
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know if Michael J. Fox really deserved it, or maybe because of what he's done for
research,
help fight Parkinson's. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's Denzel Washington got no problem with that because
no, he's a great man.
Yes, and he's not. He is very integral.
Did he get the Medal of Freedom? Because I know he got his minister's certificate. He became an ordained minister.
I didn't know that, but he's he's a good man.
Oh, yes, he's a very good man.
Unlike you.
And he's one of my favorite actors too. Doesn't matter that he's black. So look, this so-called racist likes a black guy.
No. That's exactly why I like him, is because he's black, and so this way I can go up to people and go, I like black actors. That's Denzel.
Him and Morgan Freeman.
Denzel, what's his name? What's that boy's name?
The black guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And Morgan Freeman, excellent. Also,
there's all kinds of great actors. I tell you what, though, there's somebody offered me a movie and it had Queen Latifah in it, and I just can't stand her.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with her. Something about her I just don't like.
Yeah, I remember they put her in something a few years ago. That was, you were like,
Taxi?
I don't remember what it was, but it was like, why would this person be in charge of that? It was some kind of, I don't know. Did she do the Charlie's Angels thing? Did she become?
No. There was a thing where she was a taxi driver.
And something else, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. She sells tickets.
True.
So it's like, I mean, industry is industry. They're going to pick whoever sells tickets.
Yeah, well, not always. You know what I heard today? I read that Disney went back, I think, 60 years or 80 years, and they have taken a lot of their films, any films that show airplanes or the sky, and they put contrails in it, and contrails coming from airplanes, so that kids don't know that this is not normal. Is that a devious fucking corporation or what?
Well, I'd have to see it first.
I saw parts of it. They're showing, like, a farmer and his kids looking up at an airplane, and there are contrails coming, back in the 1940s or whatever.
Yeah, there's
So
all kinds of stuff going on. You don't have to go to the contrails. Fluoride in the water is not healthy for you.
no, not at all. Most of Europe has long since banned it, and we know that fluoride is basically bleach. You know, they made a big fuss about Trump making a comparison about bleach in your veins when he was talking about light therapy, and they went apeshit over it. Meanwhile, they're perfectly fine with us ingesting bleach every fucking day.
Well,
I am so fed up with the fucking left, man.
the other thing is that there's aluminum in it, and it can,
Yeah.
according to some people, some doctors, that it can cause Alzheimer's and other mental disturbances.
Oh, you saw the same video I saw. I
Yeah.
downloaded it to my phone, I
I've been
think.
aware of this for many years.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Years ago, when they first started talking about it, I didn't believe it. But then the last few years, no, I've come to believe it. And somebody who had told me about it 20 years ago doesn't believe it because he believes what the left is telling him in the Atlantic
Right.
and on MSNBC and CNN and so on and so
That's
forth.
how propaganda works.
Yeah. So, but he's the one who first brought it to my attention years ago, and he's on the other side now.
Yeah.
So, what else was it that I should have written down? What else? Okay, you know, it's a good day because the January 6th people have some hope. Trump has already stated he will.
Pardon the vast majority of them.
He didn't say pardon. He used he will. I don't know if it was commute or I forget what the word was. He's
Commute. Yeah.
over 1,000 people. Now 1,400 people, I think, are have been in prison. Some for violence, but the vast majority, over 1,000, were not engaged in any violence. They were arrested simply because they were in that area that day.
Thanksgiving, they arrested one more. A woman that was partially blind. They arrested her Thanksgiving Day.
Oh, is that the grandmother?
Yes.
She was at an ATM in the area, right?
Like that.
Yeah, and after 4 years, they go after her again.
Well,
Man,
because she's an enemy of the state. I mean, she was within the area.
Yeah, that's it. You know, I told you before. I was invited. I was asked if I wanted to go. All right, somebody I know was getting together a busload of people, and I thought of going, but I said no. I didn't. You know, I wound up not going. Good thing, otherwise you'd be talking to me in a prison cell down in the dungeons in Washington.
Anyway, the thing is that I thought actually there was some people that were interested in going, and I just thought it wasn't worth the effort.
Yeah, same here, basically.
Well,
I didn't want to make that ride down to Washington for one day and then have to come back. Right. It would waste a whole day.
The other thing is that I was at the Stop the Steal in Harrisburg, and we were there when Antifa showed up, and they saw us and they got back on the bus.
Yeah, they are cowards.
Well, yes.
The thing
is that predators do not like prey that they have to fight.
No, they attack banana style. They only attack you in a bunch because they're yellow.
Yeah, criminals prefer unarmed citizens.
Yep, which is why the Soros-backed DAs and other politicians that he's backed, even though they're not talked about, have been trying desperately to disarm the populace.
Well, here's a good thing. The electoral votes have been acknowledged, and Trump is officially going to be president.
Yes.
Even though the certification
4 years ago. The certification 4 years ago, that was that crowd that went there to protest peacefully, because they did go there. They were peaceful. They were there as per the Constitution, where the people have a right to gather and address their grievances, bring their grievances to the government. That's what they were doing that day, and it was used by the left to try and and intimidate anyone who would dare support Trump, who would dare oppose them. And we got political prisoners. Now, they had the Capitol Police fire rubber bullets and tear gas at the crowd. That's when the crowd got violent.
It's
And
parliament.
you're not going to tell me otherwise.
It's parliamentary that if you have a vote, that if enough people ask for a recount, you recount. That's true of any organization. That's a parliamentary rule. So the thing is, the protest was simply a request to recount. Now, if it was an honest election, there's nothing to be afraid of. But the thing is, I mean, there's so much video footage of these people walking through the hall, being guided by police.
They were asked to come into the building by the police.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the whole thing was a setup. Pelosi was responsible. We'll see what happens once a true investigator looks into the situation.
Yeah. It would be great if they made Matt Gaetz the January 6th special prosecutor.
I'll be honest with you. Anybody, you and I would do a better job than those sons of bitches because that was a kangaroo court.
Oh, that was purposely done. Yeah, and you know what? They have this bitch, Liz Cheney, who was one of the scumbags who got the Medal of Freedom. She and Kitzinger, who I think also got the Medal of Freedom, didn't he?
He might have.
I think Biden gave it to the top people.
And the bigger the scumbag, the more likely they got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have, it's been found out that they've destroyed a lot of evidence, including email where, and Liz Cheney apparently, they have proof that she did contact and interfere with one juror or one witness or something. Witness, I think.
Yeah, she was jury tampering.
Mm-hmm. I hope and somebody was saying today that it would be ironic if she found herself in one of the cells that has been occupied by some of the January 6 people.
Well, here's another fun one. Who's not Prime Minister of Canada anymore?
The guy who could have been governor of the state of Canada?
Yeah.
That piece of shit Trudeau?
Yep.
The son of Fidel Castro? Because his mother fucked around all the time, fucked anybody and everything.
Yeah, well, that's
his
another.
His mother was as much of a whore as he is. This show is not going to be G-rated, that's for sure.
No, but the thing is that it couldn't be because of all the cunt we're talking about.
Yes, and not good cunt either.
Well, there's this. I don't know if is there such a thing as a good cunt. I thought a cunt is a derogatory term in all cases. I know the Brits are very loose with it, but
I guess if it's something that's pleasant, you call it a pussy, and if it's unpleasant, you call it a cunt. But
what if you're not
the owner of a pussy can be a cunt?
Well, I always felt that a cunt was a woman or a person.
A person, because in England, in Ireland, cunt is as common as any other pejorative.
Well, I always thought that a cunt was simply a woman who was using her sex in a vile way, in a controlling, mean way.
No, I always thought
somebody who was a bitch.
What? He said it, not me, but that's okay. I support him in there. Anyway, no, I always thought of a cunt the way, used as a pejorative was any woman who was being a bitchy person, a crab.
Right.
Person. All right? A scumbag. A lowlife, someone who's making your life miserable for no other purpose than to make you miserable.
But they're making your life miserable, but they have the means of doing otherwise, but they choose not to.
Yes, because they're cunts.
Because they have a pussy, but instead they choose to make it a cunt.
Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of pussy out there. You don't need to be attached to a cunt.
I tell you what, pussy is okay, but it's not the end all to be all.
We bandied about the C word today like like we're British.
Oh, bollocks.
Bollocks, bollocks to you, bollocks, you're a cunt.
What the hell is bollocks? Is that balls?
I'm not sure what bollocks
Was
is.
it ass? Maybe it's your butt.
I think it is. But hold on. Hey Siri, what is the meaning of bollocks? Bollock. Plural. Plural noun. British vulgar slang. The testicles.
Okay, it is the testicles. Okay.
Oh, bollocks.
Balls, said the queen.
Just like we say, oh, balls. Well,
Yeah.
balls today is nobody says it anymore. It used to be a very mild pejorative, like, oh, damn, balls.
No, oh damn is certainly gentler than balls. Because balls is referring to a sexual part versus damn,
Right.
which is
That's
Bible.
more gentle. That has to be handled more gently than damn. Okay. Okay. The other thing is, let's go back to
Trudeau.
That asshole Trudeau. Some people are saying that the Canadians don't want to join the U.S. this and that, which is for the most part true. But there has been a movement in Canada for years where the western part of Canada really would, there have been attempts, I think, or talk about seceding from Canada, and a lot of those people would probably not mind joining the United States. Now, we don't need Quebec and Ontario because that's where the liberals are. We don't need more liberals in this country. Okay? Let them stew in their own juice and die on their own.
Well, here, that's, I don't know what to do with Canada. It's like, if they want to split, I suggest they create their own country.
They could do that because if there were two Canadas, or not Canadas,
a good Canada and a bad Canada,
like they could call it Free Canada in the West, they would be a good ally, and they'd be adjacent to our country, sandwiched between Alaska and the rest of the continental U.S.
Yeah, well, there's Greenland, and then there would be Frogland.
Greenland, Greenland. The reason that it's important to do something with Greenland is that the Denmark, which owns and runs Greenland, said we can't run the ports anymore, and they asked China to step in to run the airports and the port. And China said, we'll do it, but we got to run it. And they said, okay. So just like the Panama Canal, Greenland is under control of the Chinese, the Red Chinese, I should point out, the communists, the people who are our enemy.
We had another good thing that happened in the past few days, which was very, very well received by what I consider savvy politicians.
What's that?
I would have. Okay, I'm not particularly happy with this man, but Trump thought that he should keep the job as Speaker of the House.
Oh, Johnson, yes.
Right.
I hear he won only because of Trump's support.
Right, but here's the thing. I'm wondering what Trump sees in him, because there's a number of other people that even though, as far as I'm concerned, he's been doing a lousy job, I don't know what his situation is, and perhaps with a healthy Congress and Senate, he might actually be good. But so far,
right now, he's beholden to Trump for his position.
Yeah, I guess.
Remember, Trump is the great negotiator.
I don't know, but the thing is, he gave a speech, and it was pretty good. It was, he said that, we're going to be doing things that you and I agree with, like he's getting DEI out of, government things, and he's going to shrink government and so forth like that. All the stuff that we want. So, I don't know exactly why he didn't find his strength earlier, but hopefully he finds it and he actually does a good job. But I don't want to think that Trump is such a Superman that he can make nothing but right choices. I'm just hoping this one is right.
Yeah.
There is one good thing about it, though.
Well,
Supposedly, because it only took one run of the votes in order to get him in, Trump has all his ducks in a row now.
yeah.
He's got the Congress, he's got the Senate, he's got the Speaker of the House, he's got the head of the Senate, he's got all these people in gear. On day one, he can actually get stuff done.
Yeah. Zelensky and Putin seem to both be in favor of Trump stepping in. We can't wait for Trump to step in to stop this war, which is costing them both a lot of money and people. I mean, I'm sure they've been making money off it too. However, it's just bad for their individual countries.
All I know is that NATO ought to keep their fucking mouths out of it.
Oh, NATO had a purpose after the Cold War. It had to stand up to the Warsaw Pact. The Warsaw Pact is gone. The Soviet Union is gone. There's no unity there anymore. A lot of the former Soviet Union republics are, in fact, anti-Russia. So I don't think there's any reason for a NATO. It was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And you know what? Because we subsidize NATO, because we're the main money, sugar daddy for them. This is how all those European countries have been able to afford their leftist socialist policies. Okay, they can give because they don't need to have an army to defend themselves. Take that away, they're not paying for NATO to pay us to defend them. Walk away. Stop spending money on that. Cut our expenses and let them take care of themselves.
Let's disband the UN. It's fucking.
I would love to do that. That is a horrible organization. They have never stopped in their history. Never stopped one single genocide. Never one. And wherever they've gone, they have been accused of raping and so forth. They've been accused of terrible crimes.
There's a rumor, I don't have any proof, that their UNICEF organization is also involved in smuggling children and sex trafficking.
Yes, I've heard that too for a long time. And I just watched a film the other day with Ben Kingsley. What was it? Ben Kingsley and Theo James. Backstabbing for Beginners, about the UN Food for Oil program, which was ripped off to the tune of billions, which were working with Saddam Hussein at the time. Okay, and Saddam himself is estimated to have made over a couple of $1 billion for himself off this, and it was a really good film. I highly recommend it. And I mean, this is the UN. His excuse, Ben Kingsley's excuse was, oh, well, if we don't do it, somebody else is going to do it, and so on and so forth. Somebody else is going to get paid if we don't take the money. At first, he played the innocent. But then when Theo James found out, no, he's not so innocent, he tried to play it off. Anyway, to this day, apparently, the character played by Ben Kingsley, Pasha something, or that's what they called him, Pasha, is still in Cyprus because Cyprus has no extradition treaty with anyone. So he'll live out the rest of his days there. But it shows the corruption at the UN at unprecedented levels, man. I mean, a lot of people were making money left and right, including Russians.
Well, we're one step closer to getting Trump in the White House. We have there's a newest thing came out from supposedly there's a number of people in the FBI that said if Patel, Kash Patel,
Oh,
becomes the FBI head. They're leaving, and
good.
my response to that is,
Everyone's going to get rid of him.
by the way, Cash will be seeing you in a little while after he does his deep dive. So don't go too far.
What was I going to say? You know what? You know what Trump should do to make sure Kash Patel gets it gets approved. Say if you don't put Kash Patel at the head of the FBI, I'm going to nominate Matt Gaetz. That'll scare a few people.
Well, but the Kash Patel is the one who actually exposed the Russia hoax.
Yes.
So he has the skills to dig deep, and
he has the skills, the knowledge, and the ability, what you call
and
the
the drive,
resources, and the drive.
So he's I didn't know much about him. I always liked him. I knew that he was a sharp guy, but when I found that out a few months ago, which I didn't know, wow, it's there's so much talent out there.
And Pete Hesketh, apparently Trump announced that he's got the votes to get Pete Hesketh named Secretary of Defense.
You mean we actually have somebody with strong military background that might actually stand up? Maybe he could take down these fucking these things flying around in the air.
Oh, maybe. These, and they're saying they want another one of these generals who've never been in combat to run the Defense Department. This man has combat experience. Somebody with combat experience is ideal to run the Department of Defense.
Well, it depends. If you want a bureaucrat, maybe not. But if you want to actually run a military operation, yeah. And the thing is that I think it's easier to learn business than it is to learn the art of war.
Yes. I mean, here's a man who's been in war, so he knows firsthand what it can do to the soldiers. So he'll have empathy and think twice about sending our soldiers off to fight stupid wars where they're just going to come back shell-shocked if they come back at all.
See, if a guy like that also, he knows people. He knows how to create a support group. So he's going to create an umbrella, make sure that he has all the support that he needs. And not everybody's Millie.
Or Vindman. The lying bastard Vindman. I used to have respect for generals, but it turns out that most generals are political.
Yes.
Even MacArthur, who was a great strategist, was still a political animal.
Okay.
All right. Eisenhower was also, but he was a competent general.
Well, actually, that's exactly when we needed one, because he had to create the political landscape to be able to combine, the various international forces.
Yeah. But this is also why Montgomery was allowed to do some stupid things, because Eisenhower wanted to help England have their own hero.
Yeah, well, the thing is that, again, that's just, and Montgomery from a George S. Patton point of view was a fucking numbskull. But the fact of the matter is that he still knew the basics of running an operation. He just he was too in love with himself.
Yeah, and at times too timid to do certain things when he should have acted. But American generals were accused of that too, and they were replaced. General Clark, who led the invasion of what was it, Anzio, I think. He got replaced because he fucked up the job.
Well, yeah, that's that.
Well, too many American lives, more than it should have.
Yeah, but Montgomery, he's the one who was responsible for that bridge too far thing.
Yes. Yeah, he wanted to get there. Hey, what? He fucked up.
what was that? Operation Marvin Gardens?
I believe Soundgarden. No, Soundgarden's a band.
Yeah.
Market Garden. You're right.
Operation Marvin Gardens.
I thought of Soundgarden because today they announced they have a new head singer for Soundgarden. I don't know her name, but I saw a picture. She's up on the stage. She's bigger than the two big guys playing guitar on either side. I mean, she's not Lizzo big, but she's a would-be Lizzo.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay, so they hired a fat chick to sing. Oh, hey, I hope she does well.
Well, you know, in the opera, they did that a lot because fat people do have, you know, a
project the voice.
My big ass. Do you have a big ass?
Usually the fat woman was the last one to sing. And that's why it was never over until the fat lady sang.
Fat lady sings, yes.
You know.
Oh, honey, my big ass. I've got this really big ass. Do you have that big ass here? No, I left it behind. Get it?
Yeah.
Left it behind?
Yes, I get it. Really? I can't get that. I'm a leftist. I can't get that.
No. But, I mean, right then and there, those things that we just talked about, that's within the past week.
Yeah.
And each one of those is big.
Let's see. What else is going on here? Okay. All right. We don't know whether he's going to commute all the sentences of those who did commit violence to time served.
Like, regardless,
pardon everybody.
There for 4 fucking years. How much?
They paid their time.
Yeah. It's. So the thing is, okay, let's say I went ahead and I punched or I kicked a Capitol policeman in the head, and the Capitol policeman survived. That's 4 years?
Yeah. Here's another thing. When did you ever hear, or could you even imagine, a conservative uprising against the government where no weapons, not a single weapon was used?
Yeah, easily.
In a crowd that probably
Kung Fu, baby. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Their fists were fat. First of all, an insurrection, you know, I don't think there has to be guns in an insurrection, but
the insurrection that was pulled off was what Nancy Pelosi did.
Yes. So the thing is that
they got the vote confirmed, you know, by what's his face.
The whole purpose of an insurrection is to usurp the power base, to basically
did
it and replace it, and that's what they did.
They've been doing that for 4 years straight. They were doing that during the Obama years. Okay, you know, this country was a lot better off before Obama came in because that son of a bitch revived racial division.
He was Obama was very good at his craft in regards to bamboozling the average American, and he was a showman, and he was a master of propaganda.
Yeah. What turned me totally against Obama was the time that he told Joe the plumber that, you know, he wanted to take some of what Joe the plumber had made and distribute it to others. I knew then we're dealing with a communist.
Well, I don't remember the specific incident, but I remember one time there was this racial situation where there was a white guy and a black guy, and there was a
cop and a professor.
And the thing is that the way he approached it, as far as I'm concerned, was absolutely biased. And I said, "Oh my God!"
Oh yeah, before there was any real evidence in, he sided with the professor from Harvard, who was climbing into his house, his big house, and the cops came by and saw this black guy entering through a window into a house. Of course, they're going to come over and question him, and that's what they did. And he got all pissed off because they were questioning him. You know, stop with the fucking attitude. Just explain. I left my keys inside. I can show you proof. Let's go inside and I'll show you the proof that I own this house. That's all. But he made a fucking fuss about it, and Obama took his side, and then the sergeant who had to sit there and have a beer with him and Obama.
Did he get all uppity? Did he get all uppity?
He got all uppity.
Why did he get all uppity, brother?
Because he's a real scumbag.
Well, the thing is that there's this whole thing that seems to be popular amongst some blacks, and that is the outrage of any kind of policeman or whatever, questioning them in some way, and
Yeah.
So the thing is, like, if you're driving down the road and a policeman pulls you over,
Yeah, don't give him an attitude.
yeah, give me the information he needs and walk through it, but
Yeah.
don't. But there was a thing Bill Burr did. He said, the problem with black people is they don't have enough white friends. Because if they had white friends, okay, then when they were carrying that piece underneath their pants, the white friend would say, "Don't do that. Don't do that. That's not a good thing." And he reversed it. He did the thing with the white guy going in and goes, "What are you doing going in there with jeans? Wear something good."
It's like Freddie Prinze had a joke where he had a routine where he was driving and the cop stopped him and came up to him and didn't give it to you. He said, "You got a tail light out. I'm going to let you go this time, but get it fixed." He goes, "Yes, sir. Thank you, officer." But his black friend Nate in the other seat says, "Wait a minute. You got rights. you ain't gonna. Hey, come here, turkey. You ain't gonna talk to my friend like that." And
Wow.
got in trouble. Okay.
Yep. Fuck it up every day.
Yeah. Anyway, even white kids do that shit. They think that they're immune, they're invulnerable to anything, and they can talk to anybody any way they want. Fuck
well,
you.
that's true of some of these entitled lefties. They they can't see the possibility that they may reach a point where they escalate the situation.
Oh no, they claim that the other side escalates it.
I was watching this mini video where these people were blocking the road, and this guy, this oh man, a couple of things, but
well, those were climate change activists, right? Blocking the road.
yeah, and this guy just like started
dragging
yanking these people out of the way, and he would like move the car forward a little bit. It's like.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing a couple where the guys were dragging them off the friggin' road and shit. Yeah. And wasn't it when the last Burning Man or something where the deputies just plowed into the barricade that they had up?
God damn it. Hold on.
I can see that that's a fine cotton material.
Okay. There's a noise.
Anyway,
It's somebody shoveling, and they're scraping on the thing, but I couldn't see them.
The other thing Obama used to inflame racial hatred was the Trayvon Martin incident.
Yeah.
First off, they tried to say George Zimmerman, he's a white guy, he's German. Meanwhile, he's Hispanic. His name is Zimmerman, but he's Hispanic. But Obama's the one who said, "Oh, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin." Meanwhile, Trayvon Martin, they showed pictures of him in school when he was, doing for school photos and so on. He looked so angelic. But you saw pictures of him around the time he died. He was a mean-looking motherfucker, and he was intimidating looking. And he was a big guy. He ran at Zimmerman, started punching him, put him on the ground, started punching him. Zimmerman thought he was going to die.
Zimmerman's job was security, wasn't it?
He was, but not in that thing. But it was security. And then there was the other thing where the guy and his son confronted the guy who claimed he was jogging in work boots, when he was going through a construction site in an area where construction sites were being robbed. Okay. And the guy, the son had a shotgun, and the jerk off, you see him run at the guy with the shotgun. Who the fuck runs at a guy holding a shotgun? Only an asshole. Okay. And he did it and he got killed. Okay. I'm not saying he should have got killed, but he should have just turned away or say, call the cops. I'll wait. Yeah, well, he was jogging. He was jogging in work boots. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I hate to bring.
Obama took his side, of course.
I think it's kind of funny because actually I used to jog in work boots.
Yeah, but you're a mental case, so.
Well, what would happen is if I got some spare time, I would actually do some running while I was in my work clothes.
No, that's okay. That's good. All right. Wait, I'm taking notes for the show notes. Obama and race relations. I'm putting these notes so I can put in the show notes if anybody's wondering why I once in a while write something down.
Yeah. Well,
then I get to the end of the thing. I'm doing the show notes. What did we talk about?
Oh, well, I voted for Obama first for the dumbest reason in the world. I thought it's about time to have a black man as president. So I said,
fucking DEI asshole.
Yes, well, that's I voted for him. That's the fucking way.
You learned your lesson, didn't you?
You all did. So anyway,
you elected the wrong fucking black guy. Okay. First of all,
was there another choice? Was there another fucking black choice? I didn't see him. All I know is this guy was running.
I know.
The fucking Bushes I hated. Okay, hated both Bushes. Okay, I didn't like who was running. I said, "Fucking give this guy a shot." I didn't know he was set up. And the thing is, anybody who fucking can put down their Monday morning quarterback thing, he looked okay from an occasional glance. I didn't delve into him. I wasn't politically involved.
We found out years later that he was handpicked, just as Jimmy Carter had been handpicked by David Rockefeller.
Okay, well, I didn't know that. But
no, nobody knew it. Nobody knew it at the time. But anyway, here's the other thing. I saw a video the other day of a graphic designer. He uses all kinds of tools, and he says he's showing a picture from the White House files of Obama's birth certificate. And with Illustrator, I think he used, he said, you can actually see that he takes these things off. He said, this is all separate. And here's the thing, it's been blacked out underneath. And this is bullshit. This is what they put on there. And the real birth certificate was tampered with. So that's not his real birth certificate. Not only that, I remember reading a few weeks ago about how when Obama's first book came out, I guess, what was it? Sins of My Father or whatever, Sons of My Father, or whatever the fuck it was. That in the foreword, the publisher mentions that he was born in Kenya.
Yes.
And raised in Indonesia.
He was born in Kenya. The story I heard was he was born in Kenya, but the mother was American. And because of that, he's an American.
No, that doesn't work except if you are overseas on like official business, like your forces, or you're like John McCain was born in Panama, but his father was an admiral, and his father was stationed in Panama at the time, so he was still an American.
Might be other mitigating circumstances, so I don't know. All I know is that
it was a fucking plant.
The story he told me was his mother was American, he was born in Kenya, and it was legal. Now,
no. The birth certificate claimed he was born in Hawaii. Also, somebody said that they looked at it, and that hospital that is named has never existed.
Well, also, they can't find his school records for some reason.
Oh, yeah. The first thing he did when he got in, presidential order, sealed all his records. They can't find one single record. They can't find one single person who remembers going to classes with him at Columbia.
And they can't
Harvard.
They can't find a guy. They can't find a gynecologist that's ever gone ahead and inspected Mike.
Inspected Mike. Oh yeah. Oh no, Mike disappeared around the same time Michelle suddenly appeared, and also an ex-girlfriend of Obama said that he had confessed to her that he had gay
Yeah, I
feelings.
had gay
Yeah.
feelings.
And wait,
So,
what was the other thing? Oh, he was the head of the Harvard Law Review, prestigious position. You can't find one article he wrote.
well, I haven't looked.
People who have looked can't find one article.
Well,
And
maybe they
he's
should
a
look.
phony. He's a setup from day one. He's a plant. Okay, he's
Well,
what do you call it? He's a what do they call it? A Manchurian candidate.
well, the thing is that it's what the left does best. I mean, what is Biden but nothing but a liar?
Always been a liar. Oh, somebody was saying that look at all these people in power, like not only here in the United States, but also Macron, uh, Zelensky, which surprised me. I didn't realize this, and I forget who the other guy is that are gay, and therefore they are susceptible to blackmail, and that's why they put them in power because there's something they can blackmail them with. And Macron, I had seen his wife, and I thought she was a tranny too. And somebody's saying that Macron married an older woman who was actually a tranny who molested him when he was a child. Whether or not that's true, we don't know. Oh, you know who said this? Candace Owens.
Mm,
Candace Owens posted that.
okay.
Let me see if I can find her post here.
It doesn't matter. It's not even important to me.
No, it's kind of good though. I just saw a cartoon. It says it's a minion with duct tape, and it says duct tape can't fix stupid, but it can muffle the sound.
Hmm. Well, I think that's it for tonight, right, brother?
I think so. Yeah. I had a good workout today. I hadn't worked out in about a week.
Yeah, I've been sick for the last 7 days, so I haven't had a chance to do a workout. Tomorrow's going to be my first day.
Have you gained any weight lately, or what?
I'm about the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gained a little weight this weekend because Valentina was over for a few days, and I always eat a little more than I should when she's around. Yeah, she just makes the food. Yeah.
Okay.
I do look forward to the pancakes she makes on weekends.
Okay.
But okay, I think, well, that's it. January 6th, 2025 turned out to be a much better day than January 6th, 2021.
Hmm.
And let's hope that things only get better from here. I'm wishing everyone out there a happy new year, a prosperous new year, a healthy new year.
Okay, good night, everyone.
Good night. I think Mike wants to take a
I'm
shit.
tired.
So, good night.
Hmm.